Yes, literally you get to join the cast, like the broadcast. We're gonna see how it works. I think I think the idea is to bring you on for the pick band. So from the start of bands to the end of the picks, we would like you be in here right now. You be chatting with us, you know. You literally join the broadcast for the pick band. And then, of course, if you say something inappropriate, we revoke your right and kick you out. Alright, so we are finally underway. And we got the bands coming in hot and heavy. Shen, Zeri for Noxus, Vayne for Targon. And no, I know you, TJ. Okay, confirming. That is confirmed as a Shaco ban. Oh, you're Minecraft Steve. Okay, I get it. Okay, okay. Checks out, checks out. Wow, Yasuo. The respect Yasuo ban, huh? That's kind of crazy. I will say that might be the longest that we've seen teams take for their first 3 bans. They like clearly had it thought out, but they still wanted to kind of talk it through as it was going on. So Volibear picked up here, and you know the timer. They have the full timer. They can use that full timer. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, just most of our teams, they do a lot of draft prep. So the first 3, that's really the only thing you can prep for completely. After that, a lot of it is iterative. The Volibear for Noxus. This could be either top or jungle. It is a flex pick here. We saw Clone play it last week, but Karpewski could pick it up, although he is kind of becoming known for having a slightly tighter champion pool. Ahri and Janna are selected for Targon. So Minty getting his Ahri. Again, I believe he is undefeated on Ahri at 2-0. We'll have to see if he's able to maintain that win rate. I think Regiman's also undefeated on Janna too, but it's only 1 game, if I remember correctly. Echo hovered here for Noxus, and that will be selected. So Volibear, Echo. I believe Echo's going to be played mid here, so getting to see a little bit deeper into Starlink's champion pool. I kind of wish Jason was here, because I can't talk too much about the Echo Ahri matchup. I would imagine that they kind of do similar things. Obviously, Echo with a little bit more resiliency for dives, but both of them should be happy to face each other in the side lane, and I do kind of expect to see them kind of fighting into each other, and both of them looking for edges, looking for kills here. So Echo beats Ahri. It's a good lane for Echo. Okay. I feel like Ahri is fine, because when Echo phase dives in, then it's just like charm him in the face, hit him with a double Q, and you get your Foxfire. Plus you have Spear Rush, so actually like in the chase down, you're kind of good. But she is kind of a burst mage, and Echo can kind of negate that, so yeah, I don't know. We'll interested to see. The Jax picked up for Chaffles. Jax was definitely a game-defining champion in their Week 2 victory, and I think that's really exciting. Yeah, I love that. I don't love it because I don't want to have to play into it next week, but I love that there's a player who's confident to pick Jax, and it is semi-blind here. It could go into the Volibear. I'm kind of expecting this to be a Volibear mid at this point. But it is semi-blind. Shyvana ban coming out. That's a ban on Aztec. We could see another ban come out here as well. For the junglers. The Crimson Yoni having a Seraphine banned out. And Braum taken away here. Smolder is the one. So, Aztec has his choice here. He's got Udyr. He's got Skarner. He has his champions in his pool that are very available. We saw him play a Pantheon game. All of that is on the table. So they just specifically did not want to play into the Shyvana. Didn't have a good answer for it. Yeah, I think Pantheon will be exciting here. I don't think it goes with the Jax. And so they're going to hold onto it and they will pick Varus. So Janna Varus. This is a steady lane. Really depends on what they lock in here at support to pair with the Kai'Sa. Jax is very blindable in the LCC. Not a whole lot of people who play Jax counters. Jax doesn't have any extraordinary hard counters either. Most of his matchups are, you know, he just fights into them. Like, of course, he's not going to do well into some range things, but also he's got you know, if you play like Quinn into him, he's always got the flash counter strike, and he does so much damage that you can just pretty much kill Quinn once you pull that off. So, Malphite is the answer here. Confirms it is a Volibear jungle. We knew it was a weak flex, but the Malphite top. This time, no Yasuo to pair with it. What do they lock in support? Melio. Melio for a bit of disengage. So both Janna and Melio here as supports. Disengage, healing, shielding characters here. Gragas is a counter in pro. I see it much more common to play like the Fiora matchup or the Jax Aurelia matchup. Wukong picked up here for Aztec Sun God himself as a unit, right? The Malphite has clear conditions, clear jobs, I guess, throughout the game. So much disengage, yeah, that's true. Echo hits good W's and Kai'Sa R's. Yeah. We'll see. TJ never wrong. Okay. Alright, I love that. Just follow blindly. Look at everybody's got a number next to them. Heck yeah. Drew, let me know how much you are how many channel points you think would be appropriate for like a team owner. Maybe like $250,000. Like if you have $250,000 channel points in the LCC, like I'm willing to call you team owner. Sure. Okay, ward going down. Starling is going to look for an early aggressive trade. I like that look, showing not afraid here. I apologize. Hopefully I don't cough the whole game. Anything summoner spells to look at? Double teleport. Both teams, nothing really standing out too much. Barrier for both ADs. I will say, in Varus to not take cleanse is kind of crazy. I think that this Chain of Corruption is going to shut down a lot of what Kai'Sa wants to do. And I wonder if instead we'll see Agateo build an early Quicksilver Sash. First, Otto's going down. And that trade is won out by Targon. Both mid laners trading into each other as well here. Nice little poke damage landing. Chaffles with the early level 2. Leap strike in, counter strike up. Lands the stun, hits that one auto. But Karpewski able to get some damage back with the seismic disc. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what we can buy with the channel points. All right. Ooh, I like this. Chaffles with a leap strike into counter strike. Lots of strikes, I just realized. but he is the Grandmaster of Arms, and a huge chunk landing there with a Grasp proc. So Karpewski has his work cut out for him as he has to farm all this up under tower. Both of our junglers pathing from bot to top, but it is full clears for both of them. Crispy happy to land a bit of poke damage here. Does look like we're somewhat even across our lanes. Both teams, obviously they know that their junglers are pathing topside. So early ward down from Chaffles, and it is well before the pixel brush even, so it should spot out any advance from Clone. But we do see Aztec with his first look in here, and this could be both junglers will pass into each other. Ward goes down. Starling is here early on the roam. They yeah, they go baited out onto the Clone. Chaffles is here, and so Clone himself will be forced to flash out. That's going to be interesting. The Wukong clone and the actual clone. It's parallel convergence, right? Yeah, I knew it, but I didn't know it. All right, Chaffle's counter-striking, but this is a full minion wave, so Karpewski is actually really content to fight right here, and he gets 2 autos off into a couple of spells from Chaffles, but because he's got 4 casters with him, he wins that fight. Chaffle's getting him low, but parallel convergence will land here, and first blood as the mid-jungle duo from Noxus. They join together, and they strike down first. Chaffles going all in. Karpewski flash out. Chaffles will not flash follow as we quickly turn our attention bot lane to see the fights going down bot lane. So a lot of action happening cross-map here all at once, but first blood being picked up by the Noxus Gladiators. And the Noxian jungler will get off to a nice start here. I believe that's an Aether Wisp. Yeah, picked up. Crispy is looking here. He sees there's no mana on the side of Noxus. So a lot of damage here. Look at a Reganon double auto into the Janna W and the Tornado. Clone is going to have to come down here and try and camp this. Karpewski looking for the solo kill angle actually now onto Chaffles. Chaffles withheld his flash though. No real threat. Reganon is going to disengage the jungler. So things getting really spicy here. Aztec is back onto his second Raptors as a flash forward from Reganon, and it gets the shield out from Crimson, but the angle from Targon just not quite knowing the damage that they would have, and so Crispy does not flash. Reganon does. And so that is 1 summoner spell used. So I think at the end of the day, Noxus wins that trade, but Targon definitely up in pressure in this lane so far. Alright. Let's take a look at items as they begin to come in. Another potential gank mid as Aztec continues on his path. Clone spotted out here on this ward. The top laners, after they have it back, Karpewski early to level 6, but Chaffle should be hitting level 6 very shortly. Both of our mid laners still at 5 as well. So Ultimate's about to come down, and Clone is onto an early jungle, an early neutral objective here, while Aztec goes topside. It looks like he's going to try and use this advantage that Chaffles has, this big wave crashing in under tower. Starling able to shove the wave in and actually track Aztec here, though. And so they're able to use this time very effectively. Chaffles, nice trade here onto Karpewski. Karpewski has no flash, remember, and Chaffles does. There is no teleport. This is a big wave. He can't really afford to just let this crash, but he also can't afford to die. And so he is going to just back here. And Chaffles is going to hunt. And this could be a first blood in this lane. Not in the game, obviously, but at the end of the day, he forces that all the way off. So this is a massive experience advantage. And Clone is in here without the support from his mid laner or his team. Minty is going to Spirit Rush in and land a charm. And with the help of a Reganon, picks up essentially, just a misplay there. Over-aggression. Pushed up into the jungle without his mid. And Aztec instantly on the invade here. Clone is going to reset to his topside, and he'll find he won't have much of a topside to go to. Jaffle's in, but this could be too much. As the flash over, the unstoppable force in. Jaffles, what can he do? Counter-strike out, Grandmaster at Arms, but Carpusi picks up the kill. Clone is now here to try and turn it. No ultimates for either Clone or Aztec, and this Wukong might be able to just get away. It does look like Minty is on a bit of a roam to try and get his jungler out here. We'll see how far they chase this. The dash forward, the stun landing onto Aztec. Aztec has to flash over the wall here into the pit, and Starling might be here now. We go back topside. They're fighting bot side, but we have to watch this as Aztec will look one more, and that is another kill going over. So it's 2 kills to this Malphite, and it's great for the Noxian Gladiators that they're able to pick up the feats of warfare. But man, I wish it go on to anybody but the Malphite. So hopefully he's able to take advantage here. It did take them a long time, so he's still losing a lot of XP in that lane. But yeah, the mountain. All right, Agateo and Crimson Yoni, it's an all-in as Oreganon does the winsec. They get a nice trade damage down as Flash from Agateo has to come out. They're looking to finish this kill as both Crispy and Oreganon are fairly low. One more Void Seeker could be enough. Agateo is looking, but there's no mana. Crispy is fronting in the 1v2 essentially as Oreganon is forced back low. So at the end of the day, it is a heal for Oreganon and a flash for Agateo. Crimson Yoni holding on to the flash there. Alright, Clone now ganking top. We see both bot sides resetting. The seismic, I believe it's the seismic, right? Yeah, the seismic shard will come through. Chaffles with a little ward hop out, gets out. He's gonna pop a potion in his face, kind of just walk away. Aztec here on the counter gank, but it is definitely too late. So a decent look there. Trying to, find another angle for Clone and Karpuski. But, yeah, I'm not sure Karpuski's actually been able to spend his gold. Yeah, he's got 1,200 gold in pocket here, more than anybody else in the game. The bot lane from Targon pushing in here, getting a bit of vision going down. Checking out, like, overall on the map, it's fairly even in gold. 500 gold lead for Noxus. Crispy potentially caught out here, and he will have to respect flash out as Crimson Yoni with a really nice find is trying to clear vision, just unable to do so. But it's going to be a whole team fight going down as the charm will land onto Starling. The Chain of Corruption will miss as Aztec is in. Yoni brought low already, and he's now separated from his team, and that will be 1 kill picked up as Minty has 2 more charges of ult. Could be looking over the wall here. They do have that nice little ward placed, but Noxus will lose their support, and Targon will even on gold. I think that's one that Noxus will want back. I think if Yoni had been able to stay with the team, I think he still had heal there. And ultimate, so I think that, using some of that healing on himself might have been beneficial. They might have been able to get him out if they had wanted to, but yeah, no objective. And so the next objective is here. It is the topside one. And we do see pings down from Noxus. I'd like to see Chaffles and Minty roam over, but also if they seed this, it's not the end of the world as well. And it looks like Chaffles is called out. They do not want to do it. Apologize. Teleport coming out for Starling as the dragon is going to be started up for Targon. And I'm not sure if they'll be able to contest here. It does look like Clone and Starling are going to roam in, and Agateo and Crimson Yoni want to do something here. Chain of Corruption will land, instantly cleansed out though, and a teleport from Chaffles will be channeled, not answered by Karpuski, and so it is an out call. They do force them to expend the teleport. This should buy Karpuski some, relief of pressure in topside. As the counter-strike comes through, a little stun onto Clone. The rest of the team is here though. Minty and Aztec could look to re-engage this. Grandmaster at Arms will be popped. A flash from Agateo. The ultimate coming out from Clone, and it causes the chain. Oh, the charm lands onto Starling, but the parallel conversions onto all 3. And yeah, a lot of both junglers using their flash there, but honestly, that fight for Noxus just buys Karpuski time to shove more minions into tower, and he evens up on plates. So 18-6 to 18-2, close game here. This is one of the closest games that we've had so far. Minty at 2-1-0, Karpuski at 2-0. Nice spacing from Karpuski. He does have ultimate, he does have flash, but he doesn't really have mana to actually kill Chaffles. Went very defensive items here early on, and I think that is going to be good for the team, but it doesn't make it any easier to actually get kills in lane. Starling looking to try and make an impact here, as Aztec will take bot side scuttle. Clone spends some more time top, gonna clear out some more vision up here top side. You guys remember watching like season 4 of League of Legends when people would cheer when wards got killed on stream? You guys remember that? Oh man, what a fever dream. Alright, so Crispy and Oregano and Agateo and Yoni are a fairly even match for each other, I would say. Yoni had that one unfortunate mispositioning, but also, you know, blowing Crispy's flash on a vision. I think these two lanes seem very evenly matched. Minty's on a roam down here. Chain of Corruption is going to come out, but it will just miss, and that might be the outcall as Minty walks a bit forward, but will not go for it. Oh god, are we old? Yeah, I think you mistyped that. I think you should have said we are old instead of are we. Oregano and Minty on the roam here, and they flash Winsect. Oregano has done it twice. This one will connect for some gold in the pocket of his mid laner, as Starling will drop mid on an overpush. Chaffle's looking for something here onto Karpuski, but because Karpuski has 2 kills, yeah, he's really itemized over, and specifically the early Thornmail. 4 topside might be enough though, as Targon is going to look. So we're going to have dives on either side of the map, as Clone is bot side here for Noxus. Targon is going to commit 4 top, and they will be able to get first tower here. So teleport coming in. This is, yeah, Minty is coming down here. They have an Ahri behind them. The charm will land onto a caster minion though, and so they actually will not be able to pick anybody up here. There's no Chain of Corruption. They can chase. They do have a lot of damage, but no CC between these two. And so it will just fizzle out here, as Clone will look for one more play here. Minty has to Spirit Rush out, double ult charge expended, but he does get out safely and successfully. So nice little, you know, Pixel Bush vision play here, as both supports are gonna land their disengage CC onto each other. I like these Winsect plays, honestly. Do you think that Winsect play was hype enough to make it into the highlights for this week? That was pretty cool. Alright. Teams kind of reassessing here. It does look like either next dragon, let's check the timer, 30 seconds. Starling is chunked very low here. It looks like Herald or next dragon could be the fight point, as Karpuski will pop, yeah, get some damage down onto Aztec before the objective comes out. Starling does have teleport, so she is going to channel a reset. Aztec engages onto Clone. That is Cyclone used here. Oregano and Minty are both here. A flash charm, but it will miss as the ultimate is used out and the unstoppable force comes through. So Clone will drop here as they commit 4 topside. And Targon playing as a team, playing decisively and together. They commit flashes. There's 3 flashes and many ultimates used, but they get the jungler and they will get the objective. And I believe that because they got first tower and this will be their 3rd objective, that this should be feats of strength. Chaffle's in fairly deep here. He's going to take 3 turret shots. Crimson Yoni with a really nice Really nice Q here. The super mega fire kick. Oh, both Karpewski and Yoni, after getting the flash out of Chaffles, will expend their own flash. Unfortunately, not worth it, I don't think, because they're not able to chase him down. Reganin sees him to safety. Alright, Dragon is on the table. Targon has really found a way over the past 5-10 minutes, yeah, really 5 minutes, to turn this even game into a slight gold lead. Reganin is looking for a play. Looks like we could see a big brawl out. Parallel Convergence lands a nice chunk from Starling onto Minty, but that is the ultimate used. I believe that's from both mid laners. So here it goes, a 5 versus 5. Nobody's in any of the side lanes. Karpewski is looking. We see Starling in from the side onto the objective, but Chaffles is in. Big chain of corruption onto Yoni. A lot used out as Karpewski goes in. Minty is about to drop, but Aztec is already down. Both mid laners drop at the same time. Reganin on the side of the fight. Crispy 1v1 onto Karpewski, but Clone and Agateo flash in at the same time. It's a triple kill for Clone, and the Noxian Gladiators go 4 for 2 in an all-out brawl at the third dragon. Huge for them to come up winning in that play. Let's take a quick look at that as they continue to take the dragon here. I went a little bit too far back. Alright, so this was the setup beforehand. We saw pings coming down from either side. We need to watch Aztec for Targon and Karpewski for Noxus, because they are the main engage, and you can see how they, when they decide to go. So Aztec going in here, he gets stunned out there, knocked back, Chain of Corruption lands, but they withhold all of it, and straight in onto both Aztec and Minty. So a lot of damage comes across, and they both go down. The Relentless Pursuit coming through. Crispy with a really nice find, and he does pick up the double kill, but Clone with the triple is just, able to secure it. They're going to take this dragon down. Try to get us back up to live before we miss anything. It looks like they're going to commit a lot topside here. Karpewski is here, and so they will find this pick. They send all 5 top to the Otacon, and yeah, Noxus is not in a position to answer this at all. It looks like they might end up getting. Yeah, I'm not even convinced that they're going to get this mid tower. Minty's going to teleport out. Ultimate used here. A charm is going to land onto Agateo. Agateo has to burn a barrier. A lot of damage coming through. Minty. Yeah, at the end of the day, they don't get the mid tower. They have to defend. Yeah, that is a lot of damage from Minty and Reganin at this point. Alright, let me get us caught back up to live. Okay, we are live. Okay, so Dragon went over to Noxus, but Targon able to really stabilize. They went straight to the Otacon. They find the pick, and they answer the mid push. Now, this is, I believe it's Ruinous, right? With the, I don't know, it's the GA one. Whichever one gives GA. As I take a sip of water really quickly. Alright, Reganin and Aztec onto Karpewski again here. No flash for this Malphite, but he does have Unstoppable Force. Unfortunately for him, Minty is there as well. He's going to Unstoppable Force away, so he will get out. Chaffles might be on the wrong side of this, though, as the stun will land Parallel Convergence through. The nice double knockup, and Chaffles commits his own flash. So both top laners spending flashes. A lot of ultis going down. Minty with a look here. Chain of Corruption onto Yoni as they try and combine this, but the Q2 from Minty just does not land. The Voracious Otacon trying to do what they can, but a beautiful Relentless Pursuit. And Crispy, instead of using his still look at that teleport animation. Instead of expending his GA, he instead flashes out. So Agateo and Crimson Yoni just straight up outplaying the 2v2 mid. as Minty and Crispy were looking to, you know, take advantage of this Otacon buff. Anybody in chat know if it's Voracious or Ruinous? That, like this GA version? Anybody know? Okay, Herald is getting used mid. This is going to be a big fight. Okay, instantly he dashes out. Nimbus strikes out. Yeah, this is this is North American ARAM at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got a lot of channel points on the line. This one matters. Don't forget about all the channel points. It's Voracious? Okay, cool. I'm gonna pretend like I've been saying it right the whole time. Yeah, it's of course it's Voracious. Definitely one of the ones that I said. Okay. Reassess. Top laner still side laning. Must be nice to be a top laner. Chaffle's looking to press in here onto Karpyski, but Karpyski able to honestly answer a lot of that damage back with his itemization. Frozen Heart and Thornmail, very effective. Chain of Corruption will land here, and Crispy with a nice vision play picks one up. So, way to team up there from Targon. Aztec is going to look as Yoni's trying to take advantage. Clone may be able to answer here, but pulls off at the last second. Yeah, they really... Noxus does not know what's going on in their jungle. Let's take a quick vision look. And you can see this whole southern jungle is completely dark for them. Lit up like a Christmas tree. And so this will be 4th Drake of the match. 2nd Drake for Targon. Potentially secured. Clone might dive in here and go for the int. He does not. Thinks better of it. Alright, things are going to even out here a little bit. Next objective is Baron, and I don't think either team is far enough ahead. It's only a 200 gold lead for the Noxian Gladiators here, 25 minutes into the match. If we check out ultimates and summoner spells, Starling is about to have teleport come up for the side of Noxus. Crispy not having flash is actually a huge deal. Starling with a gorgeous dive over the wall there. Really nice echo play. A winning trade onto Minty. Lone is going to look for Chaffles here. He knows that Chaffles has no flash, but Jax with the leap strike, with the ability to just place the ward and hop out of there, that is definitely something that they might try and take advantage of. Wow, look at that vision ping from that Scuttle Crab. They're able to clear 3 wards, and so a previously lit up side of the map, but Minty and Oreganon are looking onto Starling here. Big shield from the parallel convergence, but it's after all the damage comes down, and Oreganon with a nice slow, trying to do what they can here. Flash from Starling into the ultimate coming out. They decide to turn straight onto Crimson Yoni. They do have a ton of damage for this support, and Crimson Yoni will have to flash out as well. Starling in a lot of trouble here. I'm not convinced she will be able to get out, and it is picked up. Absolutely insane that Minty doesn't get an assist there, because that play was really Minty and Oreganon making it happen. But Aztec collecting the gold, and yeah, Wukong find it. I think that was a stray Chain of Corruption from Crispy going out there. That is pretty impactful, as Baron is now being hovered. And that might actually be enough to convince them to not start this objective, because Starling will be there in 15 seconds with a teleport. Yeah, I think after using that ultimate, I think they're a little bit less inclined to push in here and actually get this objective started. So let's check out the objective timers. 2.5 minutes to the next dragon. I think that could be the next big team fight that we see. We'll just have to wait and see. Items nearly finished here. We're almost at 2 items for our mid laners. I'd love to see both Minty and Starling get to 2 items before this next fight. Our carries at 2.5 roughly. Honestly, I'd also love to see Aztec finish his boots so that he can get the upgrade Okay, flash from Clone right onto Minty, but the follow-up charm is right there. He tries to ultimate out. Chain of Corruption is up in time, so it's 1-for-1 so far, but it's a support for a jungler. And Flash is out. Chaffles with the dash in, but yeah, wow, the crazy like back and forth here as both teams are dodging the engage that comes out. It's really nice play there from Crispy in order to get away from the unstoppable force, and then also Agateo with a flash away from the counter-strike from Chaffles. So now Targon sieging under tower. It is a 4-for-4 still, but a support for jungler. I think you're always happy when it's your support that dies instead of your jungler. And because I'm competing with a Reganon for KDA, I'm also happy that it's a Reganon that died. Spectator bug? What's the bug? What's happening? Oh, wow. Yep, don't know. Don't know about that. Okay. Perfect game, by the way. Jeez, I love this game. Okay. Yoni here, getting vision down. A Reganon with nice control, though. Yoni is really at the whim of what a Reganon doesn't clear, and a Reganon really is owning the river. Meanwhile, Targon pushing into bot side here, and they're going to get even more vision denial down with that sweeper. Yeah, so really nice vision here. I'd love to see Clone go sweeper. I'd also love to see Aztec go sweeper and help these supports out, because there is some lingering vision from both sides that they're able to keep up. Karpewski instead has the sweeper. Nice double vision there. Engage here. Let's teleport in, and Starling is going to join the fight, so this will be a 5v5. We do have some important items completed. That's Knight's Edge of Night, I believe, for the Varus, so that should help the Varus stay alive a little bit longer. Chaffles is going to create some pressure here and put the onus on Noxus to actually start this objective, and Karpewski has a decision to make. Does he commit to the team, or does he let it does he let this Jax just push in? The Smite fight comes down, but Aztec with a big steal, so Targon gets everything that they want, and they don't have to take the fight. Meanwhile, the fight forward is going to come through. A big knockup. Chain of Corruption lands. Agateo in onto the backline. It's a 2-for-2, but Crispy might be able to win this on the backside. Has to run away. Agateo rejoins the fight. Minty is really the last one. A charm lands onto Agateo. Agateo will force the flash out of Minty, though. It's a 1-for-3. Another one team fight for Noxus when they get it their way. But Aztec with a huge smite steal. And, wow, that was a fascinating fight to watch. Let's go back and check that one out. I don't want to go back too far. Alright, so to where the fight started here, yeah, Aztec able to get this steal away. Chaffles does rejoin the team. Lots of disengaged landing, and the ultimate comes out straight in. Chaffles on the backside able to land the double stun. Minty really chunking out Starling. They commit all of it on this side of the fight. Crispy unable to be with his team for this entire portion of the fight. Yeah, so nice team fighting. Honestly, Agateo really played both sides of that really nicely. So credit where credit's due there. See some resets coming in. Both teams running back out onto the map here. More items coming through. Our carries on 3 items each here. Top side, Karpewski's up to 3 items. Tank items are a bit cheaper, but yeah, up to 3. 11 to 11, 49.4 to 48.4, a 1k gold lead for Noxus. This is really anybody's game, guys. Kind of weird that Targon opted for the fight. I don't think they did. I think that they were always going to get aggressed onto, and especially Reganon was really trying to trade it out. I think that Chaffles and Minty on the backside, they were trying to just equalize it best they could, and they did. They went 1-for-1 on their side of the fight. So yeah, I think they were just kind of doing the best they could. All right, 32.5 minutes in. I do think Baron could be the angle here. We see Chaffles and Karpewski battling it out, but these tank items from Karpewski are really almost enough. As Minty is going to show up, Spirit Rush will come out. They commit everything onto Minty, and they pop Minty. Just out of the blue, completely destroyed. Clone continues to push forward. We're going to purse away here as Starling might be in trouble on the other side. Parallel Convergence comes down, but Aztec and Oreganon, the two of them might have enough damage. Flash out from Starling. A phase dive away, but the slow here. Yeah, Starling might just be in enough trouble. The big shield landing, trying to land what counter damage they can, but Aztec will pick up that kill. Agateo able to win it in a 1v1. A flash chain of corruption, but it's dodged out as Agateo is able to go for the outplay. What can he do onto Crispy? Then goes Sonya's, and he emotes in his face. It's a 4-for-1. Noxus is gonna be so happy with this turn of events. Targon is being picked apart across the map. Agateo, the kill leader, the LCC champion, showing up today. Wow, what huge plays out of the Kai'Sa. We know that his Kai'Sa is probably his best pick, and he is absolutely stunting today, putting on a show. Yeah, no, at every time that anything has been asked of him, he is showing up 4-0 and 6. Okay, remember, we still have Jax scaling. Jax level 16, a lot of scaling. I do think that from this point forward, the team fight is always going to favor Noxus, but Targon should be very happy with the Ahri and the Jax in the side lanes. I just am really concerned about how Targon goes into any fights, and because yeah, I don't think that Wukong with a Janna shield is enough to get through the mouth fight. They really need to be pulling Noxus away. They really need to be applying this permanent split push pressure. Jax has to bring somebody away from the fight, because if Noxus is able to just roll in as 5, this comp is just nasty. Noxus will go for this dragon here, and it could be a trade. It could be an objective trade. Noxus is going to burn this down. Clone saves his smite. Targon will start this. There's no vision here. Targon burning this down. Minty is not here for this fight. Karpewski has vision of it. Ultimate coming through from Oreganon, and it dives straight in, and it's stolen. Clone gets it. Noxus with a huge pickup, and that is going to be 2 down and the objective, and that is a major turn of events for the Gladiators. They ping mid. Could this be the end of the game? 35, almost 36 minutes into the game here. Aztec had the earlier Dragon steal, but Clone gets the steal that matters. He takes Baron right out from underneath Targon's feet. Oh, with 5 versus 3, 20 seconds left, they decide not to push. They will reset. Okay. Whenever you reset, you always run the risk of throwing away your chance to win the game. I think that was a chance for them to win the game, but without ultimates, they did not feel confident. They still had flashes on major carries. Crispy with no flash, but the chain of corruption was there. It might have been enough. They might have been able to hold them off, and so they elect for the reset here. They want multiple lanes. They want to use this pressure. This is giving Jax more time to scale. Again, for Targon, Jax, don't ever flip an objective. Yeah, I thought it was going to be the death knell as well. Yeah. It looks like they still have Baron here. Starling here on the side. Yeah, Minty and Aztec are going to look for the play. Ultimate is forced out. Parallel Convergence lands onto Minty, so the stun will come through. But they're really trying to win this trade, but they're committing to bot side for so long. Like their base is going down while they do this. Starling might just be able to get out, but Aztec does pick up the kill. He needs to channel back instantly, and they do as the double cannons begin to knock on the Nexus Tower. So that they got that kill on one. They gave up topside inhibitor for it. I'm not sure if giving up topside inhib in a second inhib of the game was worth that single kill, but maybe in their opinion that was going to be the final, you know, the final loss of everything as their base just got collapsed on. Agateo and Yoni are on a reset here, so it's only Clone and Karpewski as the rest of Targon is here. This could be a major throw as ultimates are being used. Chain of Corruption onto Clone. They're trying to force some damage back out, but it's a 2 versus 4. Karpewski still has the unstoppable force, but he could look for the turn now. Minty with a dash forward. Agateo is a massive damage threat. They need to find both Minty and Crispy. The charm will land. They're looking, they're trying to find the angle. They can't quite get that item passive knocked off. Starling is here, it's a 4 for 5, but Baron has run out. And Clone might be kicking himself for taking that 2 versus 4 there. Chain of Corruption, again, look at the cooldown on that. Yoni will instantly ult out a flash in, and that will land onto 3. Yoni is going to drop in the back of this fight. Agateo, he has a lot to do. Oreganon is shielding beautifully, and that is both Starling and Crispy dropping at the same time. Agateo flashes out. Look at everything from Targon being used, and they find the kill onto the carry. It's his first death of the match, but it's in a 1 versus 4. Targon has to channel their backs instantly. They're going to lose their second Nexus Tower, and they do. This is season... Oh, God. 15. This is season 15, though, and the Nexus Towers will respawn. But, yeah, that's going to... Double Nexus Tower. Man, Clone is going to be kicking himself for not being there. He knows that he should have been with the team. He'll know as soon as he died that he should not have taken that fight. We knew because we had vision that it was a terrible fight for them to take. And he's just got to be hoping that it's not what causes them to lose the game. Oreganon with a slow here, and Aztec and Oreganon together are a deadly duo. Yoni is trying to find some return damage, but yeah, some shielding going down on the Clone, a little bit of healing coming through. Honestly, these junglers are just smacking each other with their enchanters for shielding. First Nexus respawn? I don't think the Nexus respawns. I think the Nexus towers do, which might be what you're talking about. But how funny would it be if we got a Nexus respawn? Okay, Karpewski on a big flank. Massive team fight coming in. Aztec stunned down. His team is not here, but Yoni on the side forced to ult out. Aztec is still in. Chain of Corruption will miss as Starling and Aztec die at the same time. It's a 1 for 1, and this is Soul secured. Crispy has to flash out. They're looking for the forward. Jaffles flash forward. Chain of Corruption, nothing that they can use. Clone looking to fight. Karpewski trying to follow up. This Volibear so fast though. The stun lands onto Minty. Look at Crispy over the wall landing a ton of damage, but it's just not enough. Final poke damage lands. It's a 3 for 1, and that team fight in and of itself could be the end of this nice little run here. It's been a three kills in a row. Yeah, Clone just dunks Oreganon. He's stunned, he's locked in place, but he's still got the damage, and Noxus will secure a 3rd win. So both of these teams going to 3-2 after the end of that. Wow, Noxus, congratulations on your victory. They go to 3-2.